All right, this is Mobile Gamer Nerd, and we are back with another Raid Shadow Legends video. So today, I kind of wanted to talk about this because I've been seeing a lot of comments and things like that. So I wanted to kind of go into something for new players, and I mean old players alike. I mean, some people would just don't seem to understand this fact about Raid, and it's why I think a lot of people don't enjoy Raid and why they quit quickly. Um, this is really about how Raid Shadow Legends works against you, all right, and how they basically use you wanting new heroes and all these other things to get you to either spend money or to not progress is really what this game is built to do. And in reality, the only thing you need to do is literally almost ignore everything they throw at you, and then the game becomes fun again. All right, now couple things. So let's talk about fusions. All right, let's talk about the fusions. There's none right now, I don't think, right? Is there? Is it? No, there's no fusions. All right, so we're going to talk about the actual fusions, all right, the ones that come up as events. Now, most of these fusions basically require you to get, here, we'll go to him. This is what a normal fusion will look like from the events, all right? Essentially what they do is you need usually either all of the same rare and then all of the same epics, and you have to level all of those heroes up to level 40. All right, so that's literally what, 4 times 4, so that's 16 heroes you have to level to 40 in order to get 4 epics. Then you have to level all of these to level 50 with ascensions, mind you, and then finally you can fuse it to get the last hero. Now, this would be fine if it wasn't basically a 2 week basically speed run of having to do all these things. Now, I have almost completed one fusion, and I only did it because I wanted to see how far I could get, and it just worked out with how much silver and all the resources I kind of had left over. And the only thing I missed was the summoning, obviously, because I only summoned mystery shards, so I just didn't have a lot because I used them to level my heroes up. So I basically missed the fusion by 2 heroes. And I also didn't spend time leveling the epics because I can't use them. All right, so they're in my vault right now. So we did get 3 of the 4 epics, but even if I did get that last one, I would have had to spend the next 2 or 3 days, whatever it is, and maybe gems to level these guys up to 50 and ascend them. So if I didn't have potions, which I do, I probably could have just maxed them immediately because I don't use a lot of potions because I don't really level a lot of epics. Um, so yeah, basically this right here is on a rotation. So you're going to do fusions and it's going to basically feel like you can't beat them, especially when you're just starting. You're going to be like, how the hell are people winning these? Well, here's how you get them. All right. One, you have to save up all your shards. All right. You need to save all your shards. Now, if you're like me, you would literally need to save probably somewhere around 2 to 4,000 of these to finish one fusion. So that's one fusion. All right. If you're doing ancients, what I have here saved up is enough. But the problem is that you're going to blow through a lot of these to finish the summons, and you can't replenish them fast enough. It's literally almost impossible to replenish your ancient shards fast enough to do the next one, unless you're either buying shards from the shop or you're just really lucky on getting them from drops. That's really it. Um, Figure they're on a 2 week rotation. Usually, you get one a month almost. It almost feels like that. Possibly one every 2 months. Now, what this is going to do is it's going to suck all of your silver out because there's artifact enhancement events. All right. There are dungeons that you're going to do that you're going to have to run and probably use somewhere between 2 and 4,000 energy to complete one tournament. All right. Now, on a daily basis, you might be lucky if you get 1,000 energy, maybe 1,200, depending on if you do everything. So, what's going to end up happening is you're going to be doing a fusion. You waste all. Let's say you had everything you need to complete the first fusion. You finish that one. Okay, now you have a legendary. So now you got to build them. You got to book them. You got to ascend him. You got to do all that crap to get him leveled. So now you're going to put resources that you just blew into a hero that you need to level. All right. So, and then guess what happens? 2 weeks after that, another fusion pops up. So if you're trying to get every fusion, then you might as well just call this Raid Shadow Fusions because that's literally what you're going to be doing the whole time. You're going to be using all of your resources to get the next hero. And that's it. That's all you're going to be doing, using all your resources to get that. And all of your other heroes are going to kind of sit there. And eventually you're going to have a ton of legendaries with no books, no masteries, nothing. You're going to have probably reasonable gear because you have to do all the tournaments. And that's about it. But that's going to be your whole game. And you're going to have to schedule your day because these tournaments, they're no joke. Like you literally have to schedule your life. All right. You're going to go in here and it's going to be like, all right, so slow as computer. You're going to go into here like, oh, I have to do Ice Golems tournament today. So you're going to have 2 days to get, look at this, 3,000 points. All right. That's like a lot. That's a lot of points to get this. All right. This person here probably wasted a ton of energy just to get to this 3,000. All right. And then you're going to have stuff like this where there's going to be tournaments where you get extra pieces. And sometimes it's the only way you can win. So now you got to fight the person before you and waste even more energy. So you're going to be farming Ice Golem. Like if this guy wants, say this was like a skin or something, you're going to be fighting that person for the next 19 hours. And in my experience, what usually happens is they stick with you, and then right at the last minute, they'll blow through a whole bunch of gems and just skyrocket to 5,000. So now you just wasted a bunch of energy to get this done. All right. And that's energy you could have used to level your heroes. Uh, and this is a big thing. So, fusions, if you're really trying to just enjoy the game, if you just want to have fun and you just want to play, my personal recommendation to you would be just ignore fusions completely. Just ignore them. All right. It's not worth your time. It's just not worth your time. They're gonna make it where you're gonna feel like Raid Shadow Legends is a job. And that's kind of how I felt in my old accounts. I'm like, this is ridiculous. I'm like, I can't spend 12 hours on this game every day farming Ice Golem. I just can't. Like I don't want to spend 16 hours a day. And I'm not going to. And that's kind of what made me start the series that we're playing that you're watching right now. It's like I feel great now. I have time. I can relax and play the game at my own leisure. I just basically waste my energy and then I go about my day. So don't worry about fusions. The other thing they do is they give you this crap here where they give you like, oh, look, you get a 10% chance of getting a summon. All right, you'll get a 10 times event on like, oh, look, this is the legendary that I want. Like, oh, great. Okay, well, let's talk about that. So when you go in here, a sacred shard, which I only have 15 after 17 after 7 months, just to be clear of how hard these are to find. All right, so I have 15 of them. I only have a 6% chance of pulling a legendary. That's on the best shard that you could possibly get. 6% chance. That is garbage. All right. Most games are usually between 15 and 20% because that's usually how hard they are. So this game basically made it where it's super hard to get these summons and they have the worst legendary rate freaking imaginable. All right. Now, they might have like a double time. I don't remember if I've ever seen it on Sacred. It might, but even at double, it's 12%. All right. That essentially what that means is that even if there was a double event, you have an 88% chance of getting an epic. 88%. And for anyone who's played any game with percents are never in your favor. They're never right. So it means if you pulled 100 shards of these sacreds, which I have 15, like I said, if you pulled 100 of these, that means in theory you should get 12 legendaries out of that. Okay? So 7 months, I have 15. If I was lucky to ever get 100 sacred shards, I'd probably have to play for 2 or 3 years. Now, the shelf life of most mobile games is not that high. I mean, I used to play games for like 2, 3 months and then just shut them off because you get bored. You get to that grind part where it's literally just the same thing every day, and you're just done. Now, let's talk about ancients. Look at this. 0.5%. That means even on a double event, when it says, oh, it's 2 times event. Yeah, it's 2 times is 1%. That means that if you summon 100 ancient shards, you have one chance of getting a legendary. And remember, this is a chance. That's it. So most likely you're just going to get legendaries when you hit what is that? What do they call it? Mercy. That's the only time you're really going to get legendaries from this. Yeah, there's going to be one-offs. I don't see that. But your actual chances are 1 in 100 to get that. So you need to summon 100 of those shards to get a legendary. Now, epics, this is pretty much just as bad. Same thing. Like your chances of getting epics are even lower. I mean, are just as bad. So you got 8% chance. That means on a regular day, you summon an ancient, yeah, 92 out of 100, you're going to get a rare. So that's great. And then obviously, look at this 91% chance on ancients and then on voids as well. This right here is disgusting. All right. Voids are not easy to get. Look at my summons. I have 54 voids versus 283 ancients. All right. So that means that these right here, these void shards, are literally 5 times harder to get. okay, but have the same shit rate as ancient shards. Like, even at minimum, these chances should be double. That's like minimum for voids. All right. But this is the thing. They want you to gamble on this game. They want you to gamble. They want you to try to spend all of your resources on stuff you do not need. All right. And that's why this happens. And this isn't a complaint, just to be clear. Like, if you're into this kind of stuff and you spend money, like, I don't want you to think I'm bitching about this. I'm just letting you know what you're up against so you can prepare and decide to play in the manner that you want to play. Now, you could get lucky here, but your average player is going to get crap from these. All right. Honestly, I feel like if I pulled all these shards right now, I'd be lucky if I got one, maybe two legendaries, and probably a handful of epics. It depends on when I pulled it. If I pull it right now, I'd probably get garbage. But just know that the game is set up for you're going to continually want to do this. All right. You're going to continually want to go in and waste your gems on going in the shop here. This is the worst thing you can do. Do not go in this shop and buy these freaking big shard packs. This is a waste of gems. This 900 gems will get you one hero with their masteries completely maxed. That is way more valuable than anything that you're going to get from this stupid shard pack. All right. So just know that your summon rates are very low. All right. This is a gambling game. Do not fall for it. All right. Remember, we're a mystery shard only pull. So I only pull mystery shards. And I have a reasonable roster at this point. Like I said, we're on day 233 ish, right? So we've gotten these heroes. These are all login and quest related heroes. You get her from logging in, you get her from finishing quests, you get him from getting them from the shop from Tag Team Arena. You got to get his shard every day. Broadmaw is a fusion. She's a login, 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 login. This guy's the first Doom Tower hero, so that took me a while. I literally just got him. Login. These guys are all rares that you can pull. He's your starter champion. She's farmable. She's farmable. She's farmable. She's farmable. He's farmable. She's farmable. He's farmable. He's farmable. He's farmable. And I just got him to 6-star. So outside of all that, the only luck that I've had on this account, the entire account, luck is pulling her, him, her, him, him, her, and her. Those are all my luck. That's it. Those 7 rares. And if you're pulling ancient shards, you'll get them. Like, I did it off green shards. I get one every, like, maybe if I'm lucky, 100 to 200 mystery shards. I'll get one rare, just to give you an idea. And my vault is now, look, I have 117 extras heroes in here. All right. All these heroes help me more than anything because I use only rares and I build them correctly. This game wants you to get another hero. This game wants you to continually have more heroes to build. All right. I have a finite amount of heroes I can get to complete this game because I only summon mystery. So I can only get heroes that are quest related or login or from Doom Tower. So essentially my long-term heroes are going to be all Doom Tower heroes. So like, Dark Kale, things like that. Akosh or whatever his name is. I forgot his name. There's the new fire one that I'm starting to get now. So those are going to be my long-term heroes to help me get through the game. You can build all of these heroes just fine, and they'll all do good. Master Butcher is amazing. Veer's awesome. This dude right here, I'm going to be using hopefully maybe to beat Bommel possibly because he has a bomb situation. You've got Crypt, what is it, Corpulent Cadaver, whatever his name is. He's good. Like these are all good heroes, and they all have something they bring to the table. Don't think you have to get an epic and spend all of your resources, right? They want you to do that because every single new hero that you get is a hero that you're going to have to put silver into. You're going to have to farm energy to get gear. You're going to have to get their masteries built up. You got to get chickens for them. You've got to find their books to get their skills maxed. It takes so long to build a legendary up. Like this is me at 233 days, all right? This is literally exactly how many legendary books I have because I only have these 3 heroes and I just use my last book to max Arbiter skills. So now she's got all her skills maxed, all right? So 7 months we've got here. 4, 5, so that's 9, 11, 14, 17, 18, 19, 20, 23, 28, and 3 more. So I've essentially gotten about 31 books for legendary heroes in the last 7 months. And that's with them giving you free ones from the quests. All right. So now it'll take even longer. So don't don't waste your books. Don't go crazy trying to get so many legendaries. You're not going to get them unless you spend money. Like you're not. You're just not. Once you get to what is it? Ultimate Nightmare clan boss, yeah, you'll start getting more books. Once you start getting further in Hydra and some other stuff, yeah, you'll start getting more books. You'll start getting that where you could build them up a little bit. But this is not something that you can compete against. One, if you're not spending, you can't compete. All right, you can, but it's going to be like you're going to play like that. What's the guy's name? Urbad. He's really good, and he's been playing for like years, and he has like the best free to play account ever. Like that's the kind of dedication you're going to have to get to that point. Your average player doesn't have that dedication. Your average player doesn't have my dedication, for Christ's sake. Like I spend a lot of time playing this game and I'm actually trying to like help other players. But most people aren't going to spend the time that we spend on these things. So this is why I actually started the series. I want you to be able to understand that these rares and stuff and these login epics, they're good enough. If you build them, see, just get them to 16 star, get them with all the gear, get them all their skill books, which are easy to acquire at this point. Like I don't really have trouble getting books for them anymore, and just get their masters up, max them as high as you can, get them from between 30 and 50,000 power, depending on the hero. I mean, look, I have Conqueror here, who's 54,000. I don't really use him that much, but you can get a rare hero to that point. You can get him this strong. All right, um, and just use the heroes you're given and have fun. I have beaten all the stuff through Arbiter, and we're working on Dungeon 21 to 25. We've beaten 2 rotations on Doom Tower. You know, we're doing a lot right now. We actually got Arbiter, so it's like you can accomplish more than you think if you just spend the time to build these things. And Raid is going to stop you from doing that by adding all this extra crap to you. They also do stuff where they're going to give you stuff like in the beginning, they're going to give you this gem mine, which you're going to think is an amazing deal. It's not until later on in the game. Like this is not something that you need to do. All right. The game works against you. Same thing. They did essentially the same thing with this, with the soul stones. This is the same thing that they did with the shards. So now you got double luck. So now on top of having luck to get a hero, now you have to have luck to get their soul stone. So now it's random on top of random. Then gear is random on top of random. And then you have ascension on top of random. So there's so many random things in this game that get you to that point where you're like the supposedly top tier player and you don't need any of it. If you get the first ascension on almost all your heroes, that's more than enough. Do you need it? No. Is it beneficial? 100%. Yeah. It's very beneficial to have these blessings. So what you do is you take your coins and you buy mortal soul stones. You go in here, you summon them, and then you go back to the Mystic Market. And when you get these coins, you go down here and you buy these immortal soul essences. If you're not like me and you want to sell off all your soul collection, see, like I could sell her right now and get 24 of the really good coins. I could sell her off 75. See what I mean? I could sell all these off because I'm definitely not going to be using them. I could get these coins and then go back in here and buy more of these essences. And then you just sit here and wait every day. I mean, you're going to be playing for months. So this shop refreshes twice a day. All right. So if I needed this girl, I have her. I could just have the coins ready to go. You get 4 every time you summon 10 of these, plus whatever coins from any tournament that you might get points from or whatever. All right. And then just buy it. Just buy these. You don't need to go crazy trying to get these immortal soul stones and eternal. This is a joke. Like getting one of these, it takes forever. All right. Is it worth it? I don't know. Once again, you're gambling. You are gambling. Let's look. How's the gamble here? All right. So here you go. Here's more gambling, guys. So the best one, and honestly, if you were to get one of these, all right. So let me just show you this real quick. So for me personally, I only farm the stage 3. Now I can get 1 or 2 summons per week. Okay. So for me personally, this is just not including anything else. This is just farming. Okay. I can get 1 or 2 of these a week. So let's just say 2. That means it will take me 5 weeks to get to this, to get 1 of these. All right. Now we go in the shop. So you need 1,000. Got it? Are you following me so far? So we would need to do this 5 times to get enough coins to buy the second one. So 5 times. Yeah, 5 weeks, 5 times. So that's 25 weeks for me to get 1 immortal soul stone. How many of you have played and how many of you play a lot of mobile games for more than 25 weeks? Like no one does. No one. Oh, unless you love the game, you don't play it. So if you just like an idle game or random RPG, you're gonna just throw it to the side. All right. Now imagine you want to get this one. All right. So now you go in the store. You need 1,000 of that one. Okay. So now we summon. So now it took us 25 weeks to get this. Awesome. To get one of these, and you need 10 of these to get this. All right. So now 25 weeks essentially times 5, right? Did I do that right? I think I did my math right. Well, no, that's to get one of these. It's times 10 actually. So that means you would need to do this probably about 200 and yeah, 250 weeks to get this, right? Isn't that awesome? To get this one thing. So I think you're starting to get the gist here that this is not a system that works. All right. This is not something that you can bank on to get you through it, which is why I don't do this anymore. All right. Soul Merchant, you can get one of these for 7. So you can get at least you can get your blessings on your heroes is the point I'm making here. All right. Don't base your shit on luck, is what I'm saying. These guys are easy. You'll get anything up to I've bought a couple that were 4-star that are 12. I have a lot of these coins which you could save for the better heroes, or you could just save them for the for the 5-star versions, or four, I think it's 4. I don't remember what it is. Maybe 5. I think it's 5-star. You can buy with these. You need 12 to get the 5-star on a rare. So yeah, you can just buy them, and that way you at least know you're getting the hero you want. All right, you're not basing it on luck and wasting your coins. Don't waste your coins. Come in here and buy them like this. Go into Mystic Market, only buy these essences and the Mortal Soul Stones, and you're fine. That'll get you enough stuff to at least get the blessings on the heroes and get you that little bit of extra bonus, okay? Because the stats aren't a joke. It's worth it. Oop, get out of there. So that's another way that they do it. Everything is luck in this game. All right. I don't want you guys to really think that you're doing something because you have to. Is really how Raid gets you. They make it seem like you have to do things. You don't have to. And if you don't believe me, and this is your first time watching one of my videos, go back and watch my progression videos. You can literally watch me do it. I did it without any of this stuff. All right. You don't need it. You don't. You do not need it. And that's what I want. I did this in Spider. I'm like, this is my intervention to the raid community of new players. Do not feel that you need to go crazy and summon and do fusions to have fun in this game. The goal here is to just have fun. That is the goal. That I would assume. Unless you're a competitive person, you want to pay to win and you want to get everything, or even if you don't want to pay to win and you're just a competitive person, you know, you can get to those levels by using the summons. You can get there if you want to use these. Like there's nothing. I'm not telling you not to do things. I'm just saying you don't need to. All right. Build your fun heroes. If you find a hero that you love, like you go in the index and you're like, hey, skinwalkers, and you have this rare and you're like, dude, I really like this Lamb guy, Lamb of God, right here, Lamber. If I could sing a song by Lamb of God, I would, but I can't. I can't scream. Like, build him. He's good. This guy's awesome. He's fun. You could totally build this guy and make him work. There's gear sets. They make it seem like you can't win things. Like, look at here we go. Look at my guy here, Jizzo. All right, gear sets will help you get through the game. You can make a hero do something that their kit doesn't allow them for. So his skills, he doesn't have HP destroy. All right, but I use him in Scarab King because he's amazing. But we put HP destroy gear on him, see, and now his kit is completely different. Now he can destroy HP, he can break a shield for a boss and get you through it. Gear sets are a huge thing in this game, okay? Huge. It allows you to create heroes that have kits that you normally wouldn't. So you essentially want to kind of look at a hero and be like, all right, so how is this guy good? Well, Scarab King requires a shield when you attack. Well, guess what? He's got a shield and a counterattack. So that means he puts up a shield. He has a counterattack up. So if the boss hits him, he'll attack again while the shield's up. See? Win-win. So now all you need is HP destroy, and he's a boss killer in Scarab King. So focus on your heroes, focus on the gear that you have. That's really what the point of this video is. I mean, I know I've probably touched base on this, obviously, because I'm only pulling mystery shards, so it's kind of the whole point of my series. But I really, really want you guys to really get this. I want it to hit home. You don't worry about it. I'm not saying don't do it, but don't worry about it. Don't worry about the next fusion. Who the hell cares? I don't care if that guy's a game changer. They're all game changers to everybody. It's like, oh my god, this guy's a game changer. Like, yeah, so were the last 20 heroes that came out. They're all game changers. All right. If you're not worried about getting Platinum Arena and staying in Platinum Arena all the time, if you're not worried about getting Ramatu in 3 years from now because he's that far ahead, if you're not worried about having the best like 0.05 second time on a dungeon, then none of that crap matters. All right. So that's really what this video is about. I just wanted to kind of do a nice little, this is what Raid's about and how they kind of stop you. They want you to summon. They want you to summon. They want you to summon. That's what they want. They want you to go for heroes. They want you to waste your resources on things you don't need to do. They want you to go into dungeons every day. They want you to farm Iron Twins and spend 150 gems to get your extra keys. I do not. I farm this on stage 1. They want you to go into Sand Devil and farm this every day for relics. I don't. I do this to get the quest done, and then I farm stage 1. Now I farm stage 3 now because I'm better. So I farm stage 3, and I just get the piece ascended, and I forget that this dungeon exists. All right? This dungeon doesn't matter. This dungeon doesn't matter. Eventually, even the potion keeps don't matter, to be honest. Like, I can't remember the last time I farmed a potion keep because you just get so much free from not wasting all your resources. Like, I don't waste resources on legendaries. So I have tons of potions right now. All right. Like these become very obsolete very quickly. All right. The only ones that matter are these 5. These are the 5 dungeons that matter, guys. All right. Don't worry yourself about other stuff. Get through these as far as you can. All right. See, like right now, I haven't gotten into 25 yet. I just got bored one day because I only needed to beat 20 to get Arbiter. I just put my team in here and they beat 21. I'm assuming they'll beat 22, possibly 23. I don't even know. But that's what I'm working on now, getting to 25. All right. So you literally can beat 21 without ever pulling a mystery shard. That's where we're at now. And it's probably more than that. Oh, it's not probably, it is more than that because I'm starting to do it. All right. So don't worry yourself about what everyone else does. Okay. You play how you want to play. You build the heroes you want to build, and you'll be fine. All right. So I think I've rambled enough on this. This has been a very interesting kind of talk about things. Feel free to leave comments. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, do whatever you want. It's your life. Once again, I'm not Raid. I want you to enjoy your time. So if you enjoyed your time watching this video and listening to my heartfelt intervention about this, then feel free to tell me that. All right. So this is Mobile Gamer Nerd. This is how Raid makes you waste your resources. This is also how Raid makes you summon and become a casino junkie. You guys take care.